I am long overdue for making myself some more perfume. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a little video and teach you what I do. So first of all, I have found some other videos on YouTube that have been super helpful, and that's how I got started. But then this is, ooh, that's bright reflection. Melissa Pepping's book. It's called Essential Perfumery Collections, and it has tons of recipes. Now, these are great. I've heard you should not alter them because they are like created and set to be a certain way. But they are a lot of oils, about 10 in most of them, and a lot of expensive oils. So I'm going to be a rebel and modify a little bit. I've made one of hers that it's called M. It's in her classic collection and it's great. I never had rose before, so I made it without rose, loved it. But now I have rose. I earned it recently from Young Living for free. So, okay, so here's some things. You get your oils. Now you need what they call base notes or base tones, middle notes, and top notes. So you can Google that and kind of learn about that. But your base is gonna be your smells that last for 6+ hours. Your middle, they're gonna be a little bit less, maybe an hour, and then your top notes are the ones you smell initially when you spray it. So I know perfume is hard, like trust me, I love when you hug a friend or you meet someone and you're like, oh my gosh, you smell so good. They're just doused in perfume. I love that too, but I also love my family, I love my life, I love my health, and all of that unfortunately comes with a consequence. So yeah, so I choose to use essential oils instead, and I feel like they stay in my hair and on my clothes very well. Yes, do I lose the scent off my skin more? I will say yes, but I love this option. So I'm gonna teach you some things that I learned that are super important. One, super important to use vodka, okay? Yes, you can use witch hazel, but it is a completely different scent. Think of it as a Bath and Body Works spray, body spray, versus a Chanel perfume, right? They are different. So if you want more of a body mist spray, something you can just do all over, repeat throughout the day, witch hazel is a totally fine product to use, but if you want like something that smells like you bought perfume from a department store, you gotta use vodka, okay? The other thing is vanilla. So Young Living did just get vanilla essential oil. I'm very tempted to substitute that instead of vanilla, but I also know it works. So rather than waste, especially because I'm gonna be putting rose in this, I'm sticking with some good old vanilla. Now they say to use cold pressed, clear, real, organic vanilla, okay? This is vanilla I made myself. So I'm gonna call it organic because I know everything that's in it and I know that it was organic vanilla beans. Cold pressed, I don't know, it just sat in a bottle for 6 months, and clear it is not. But it works, I've used it every time. So these recipes will call for, you know, so many drops. So I'm gonna find, I should have had this, here we go. So the top notes I'm using in mine are gonna be orange and grapefruit. Now you can use orange and bergamot, that's what Melissa's recipe calls for, and the top notes you use kind of a lot. So 15 drops of orange. I bought these perfume bottles. It came in a set of 4. They're just kind of really pretty, feminine, and cheap off Amazon. And this is what I make it in, but you can also make it in like a larger square perfume bottle I've seen on Amazon, or even a roller bottle would totally work. So I'm gonna do, I did 15 of that-ish, and then 10 of grapefruit. Now remember, these are gonna be our top notes, and typically those are citrus. So it could be lemon, lime, bergamot. Then we're gonna do our middle notes. So middle notes tend to be more floral. Let's see, in her recipe, she uses jasmine, rose, and I believe, yeah, just jasmine and rose. Okay, so actually, and I'm not a fan of jasmine, so I leave that out. So I'm actually getting real crazy here. I am using rose now, which I've never used. She calls for 5 drops, and I'm gonna use ylang-ylang. And I'll tell you why, because there is a recipe in Lucy Libido's book that is for libido, but it is ylang-ylang, cypress, and orange. Now rose is a thick, thick oil. It's not our thickest oil. It does take a minute to get out. Here we go, 1. And so that blend in Lucy Libido's book of ylang ylang, cypress, and orange smells so good. I've literally just been wearing that as perfume because I love it. So I figured if I don't like jasmine, I don't think rose should be my only middle tone, and 5. So I'm gonna do ylang ylang, right? Okay, so I'm gonna do, it says 4 drops of this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So see, this is gonna be a pretty concentrated bottle of oil. I have no idea what size this perfume bottle is, but it's pretty small. So then you do your bottom notes, you know, your kind of grounding tones. So hers calls for patchouli and vetiver, and then vanilla is considered one of those lower ones. So I'm doing patchouli, vetiver, and then I'm throwing cypress in. And I'll be honest, I have no idea if what note cypress is, but I like it. 2, 3, it comes out fast, so we won't do too much. Cypress is great for your lymphatic system, which is like this system that runs under your skin. So that's the other huge perk about using essential oils, is that every time you spray it on yourself, you're actually also benefiting your body systems, okay? It's not just for good smell. Patchouli is another pretty thick one. So if you can use oils that you know your body, like ylang ylang is really good for blood pressure, you'll be doing yourself a favor just by wearing your perfume. Oh, and vetiver is super thick. I should have been warming this. Little trick with vetiver, it's so thick, you should keep it in your pocket before you use it. You could put it in your bra, rub it in your hands, get it nice and warmed up. So I'm gonna just let it warm up for a minute because it'll take too long. So then she says 10 drops of vanilla. Now, like I said, some people are, I mean, you could use the vanilla oil that Young Living just got, but I'm gonna use my homemade vanilla. I'm gonna put 10 drops in using, do you see I have this dropper that came with something? And I'm just gonna squeeze a little bit because it's not really good at dropping, okay? And then same thing with your vodka. Now we're gonna top it with vodka. Sorry, I'm gonna put a little bit in a cap just to make this easier. And I'm gonna use the same thing. And then I'm just gonna top off my bottle. So do you see how much is actually oils? Quite a bit. But now if you consider that a perfume from the store, this size might not be $60, but you know, let's pretend $25. I mean, you're saving so much money by making your own. Oh, I even need more vodka than I poured. Let's see, that might be enough. Okay, and let me get the vetiver in here. And then what you're gonna do, every time you go to wear it, give it a good little shake, shake, shake. Let's see, this vetiver is always so thick and gooey. Vetiver is a really good grounding oil. If you don't use it, it's not the best smell, so you might be like, ew, I am not adding that to my perfume, but I promise you, when you blend these oils together and then you use the vanilla and the vodka, it's literally amazing what it does. See, I should have been warming this the whole time. Come on. Oh, we're gonna drop when we're done. You don't have to watch that, okay? So super simple, shake, 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 and there you go. All right? It smells like a perfume, literally from a department store. Amazing.